It's time, my friends, for another Devo tip on the sacred conspiracy to redeem families. Ephesians 6, 1 through 4. Well, children's animation movies, they always start out so happy. There's talking woodland creatures, they're playing and singing, and then suddenly their cartoon mom is dead, and we're crying our eyes out. Is there a conspiracy against cartoon moms? I don't know. But it should make us appreciate the sacred conspiracy to redeem families. In Ephesians 5:21, Paul says, "Be filled with the Spirit by submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ." Notice that mutual submission is the mark of the Spirit. God's Spirit always affirms the dignity of all ages and stages in life. And this is why Paul extends the call to mutual submission to children and their fathers. Surprised? What sacrifices do fathers and children need to make in order to love well? Paul first addresses children. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise that it may go well with you and that you may live long in the land. You see, the home is where we first learn to appreciate someone's worth. If we do, we'll likely treat everyone outside the home with dignity and respect as well. When people feel the genuine worth of each other, the result is love responding to love. It's the parents' love that convinces children to want to value them. This is why Paul adds, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord." Children who learn to obey their parents out of love rather than fear will carry that response over into their relationship with the Lord. Fathers submit to their children in the sense of seeking the best for them as unique individuals made in God's image. The call to discipline and instruction presents the father as the one to submit guidance, to unite the will of their children with the will of their heavenly Father. For a child from an abusive family, the idea of submitting causes great pain. Abuse and neglect provoke children to anger. So the question is, can one honor an abusive parent? We do well to remember the sons of Korah in the Old Testament. Their father and his friends died for their rebellion. However, in Numbers 26:11 it says, "The sons of Korah did not die that day." They realized that their loyalty to God was more important than loyalty to a father who was behaving badly. We too can honor abusive and neglectful parents by exalting Christ in all things and above every relationship. We can honor abusive parents by not returning the abuse they gave to us. We can honor them by laying down clear boundaries to stop the bad behavior. We can honor them by breaking the cycle and refusing to allow the abusive legacy to continue in how we treat our own children. Jesus himself recognized that family division and tension may arise for his sake. All this reminds me of the Brothers Grimm fairy tale before animation, right? The old man and his grandson. When the old grandfather trembles and spills his food, his son and daughter-in-law are so disgusted that they place his food in a wooden trough and make the old man sit behind the stove so they don't have to watch him eat. Soon after, the little 4-year-old grandson began gathering wood to make a little trough for his parents to eat when they got older. Yeah, when the parents saw that, Grandpa was quickly escorted back to the dinner table with everyone else, and nothing was said if he did spill a little bit anything. So be filled with the Spirit, my friends, by submitting to one another through each stage of life out of reverence for Christ.